Today, the content has universal applicability. So I'm super excited, whether this is your first Saturday Team Unstoppable training, your 50th, or for those who've been around over a year and a half or more, 500th. Welcome, welcome. I'm sure you will take some nuggets away from this. And we are recording. So, for your team's purposes, or if you want to go back, it will be saved in the beautiful quantum field of recordings. So, we're going to go ahead and get started. I do like to use PowerPoint because I think visuals are important. However, we're not going to just spend time in our brain. Towards the end, the Susans are going to come in and they're going to actually, in real life, deal with, or rather demonstrate for us, since they have so much experience, how to overcome objections, just like a few levels deep, not just with this one masterful phrase and it's one and done. We understand there can be some layers and levels to overcoming objections. So I am going to share my screen and we're going to go ahead and get started. If everybody could just mute themselves, that would be amazing. Okay, so let's go ahead and start this presentation. Okay, so we hear about objections all the time. Many of us have been in sales or some capacity of have experienced sales, okay? I like to reframe this and say we're sharing. We're basically just sharing life stories, testimonials, and our information, okay? So I'm going to share under that spirit and that energy with you today how we can overcome objections, but I'm going to back it up a little bit and we're going to go a little bit into the psychology of the person's mind, maybe some of their fears. And again, this is all universally applied. I
Lola,
am
I'm
not
shutting
a
the door,
mind
so if you're
reader.
coming in, come in.
I am not a mind reader. However, I know that many people I've talked to have these common fears. So this is going to be the universal applicability. Susan Frank from the get-go said to me, everybody wants this product. We all want this product. It took me a while to get behind that because my brain is wired a little differently from Susan and other people. But what landed for me was when Steve Jobs said, years ago, people don't know what they want until you show them. So that's why we do the PowerPoint presentation. We're not just talking at people auditorily, we're showing them. We need to enter their senses through showing them, not just talking to them or at them. So this is what landed for me and really kind of encoded it in my DNA. You find for you, whether it's this quote or what the Susans say, what's best, and then really soak it in because it's true. People don't know what they want until you show them. Okay, here are some unspoken fears. Okay, again, that people have. Some people may have all of this. So this is an example of me like hearing a presentation, being a healthy skeptic, okay? So I'm thinking initially, and many people I interact with are, okay, am I even going to be able to stick with this protocol? I'm so sick and tired, literally sick and tired of not being able to follow through. I cannot have another broken word to myself because every time we do make a contract or we say we're going to do something, and you break your word to yourself, there is a little energetic ding and it gets filed away in your brain, the way we store information. Okay. So sometimes people are just scrolling through these files. It's called a transderivational search and it's pulling out, oh, all these times you couldn't do it. You didn't do it. Oh my God, you really didn't do it that time. That is one possible fear that's going on, whether the person knows it or not. Then there could be doubts about physical or emotional capacity. I think we all understand what that means. Overwhelm from treatment or treatment fatigue or battle fatigue or warrior fatigue. So many of us have this on these various journeys that we've been through, either with our children, our spouses, ourselves. We're just tired. We're tired of white knuckling. So sometimes that also is in play in the background for the people that we're connecting with. We could be overwhelmed from lack of confidence to make the changes that we say we want, that we have a glimmer of hope or a spark, but I just can't. I just can't. I'm overwhelmed. There's some uncertainty about the effectiveness of what we're saying and our products because it can sound a little out there, woo woo, magical. There's also a burden that people have, usually, and not just for women, but mostly for women in that caretaker role, in that provider
Mm.
role. We're the center of the wheel. All the spokes come off of us. That's an intense position to hold. So, whether you embrace it or lean into it, you are the mom, you are the chef, you are the Uber driver. In some cases, you pay the bills, you coordinate everything. Oh my God, I'm just exhausted just even bringing that up. If somebody would have told me years ago that I had to cook and plan and prepare the meals and not with the microwave all the time, I'd have been like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't marry it. I can't have kids. None. So it's easy to get weighed down by the burden of roles and responsibilities. And then there's social and cultural pressures, depending upon your religious beliefs, your ethnicities. All this is overlaid onto you. That can weigh people down. And then the fear of making your symptoms worse, because we know sometimes you have to go through it to come out of it. And detox is real, it's just part of the journey to getting better. To me, though, one of the biggest fears is in the emotional category. These emotional barriers where we kind of armor up, whether it's through chronic stress, mood decline, anxiety. I just put that picture of me like armoring up. So the first time you're listening to a business or sales presentation, you unconsciously may be armoring up. So there I am. They're not going to sell me anything. I'm not spending any money. I'm not buying it. I got to talk to my husband. All this stuff, right? That we're subconsciously doing. And then armoring up even more because of the anxiety or, oh my God, to try something new, my mental health struggles. That can really even block the ability to think about change, much less walk through that change. So there is an aspect for most people, not everybody. And then sometimes there's intense armor around your heart. I cannot take another heartbreak, whether it's in myself, whether it's in this product or this team of women who seem awesome on the surface. I just can't deal it. So click, 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 click. People do play games, and there's awesome healing around getting rid of and releasing and dissolving energetic harmor with the emotion code, with energy healing. A lot of people on our team can help you with that process. It's a lifelong journey. Okay, we can do hard things. We're either here or we're further down the path, but we say to people, we're here to link arms with you on the journey. There is an amazing podcast with Glennon Doyle. She's already got 264 episodes under her belt. And then you could just scroll down and see what content appeals to you, but it will reinforce your belief of we, I, me can do hard things by listening to people who've already done stuff. So I do highly recommend that podcast as well. What is important though is also to understand the neuroscience. So the way that our brains work, the neural pathways, the words we say. Some people are familiar with something called NLP, neuro linguistic programming. The words that we say affect the programming and the pathways in our brains. And man, there's been a number done on us in terms of the programming as we were growing up. Now, I'm not here to blame or shame. Everybody did the best they could with what they had. And a lot of people got programmed from beliefs generations before them. So we've had some hard times here in the country. You think 3, 4 generations back, they were dealing with depression, poverty, famine, all this stuff. And so sometimes the way our great grandparents, our grandparents, our parents parented, that just got shoved onto us, but it went into our brain like a computer, and that doesn't necessarily serve us today to have the life we want, the health we want, the wealth we want. So this book really is helpful. I'm not going into it today, but I would encourage you to either get the audiobook, the real book. You will absolutely get many nuggets because whether you understand other people or not, it's good to understand how the human brain functions and how we get wired if you want to connect and enter somebody else's world and have some success. Some people do it effortlessly and automatically, and they read the whole book and say, yep, 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 yep. Some of us need the book. So it is a recommendation of mine. There is something called resistance psychology. People do not want to be told what to do. My husband and I go this all the time. My son and I go through this. My daughter, everybody, you're not going to tell me. I'm going to resist. No one's going to come in and tell me. So it is key to address some kind of emotional inertia, resistance tied to fear of change, okay? And to help someone just move along incrementally. Now, again, when we see the examples of overcoming the objections, some of our leaders are amazing and they whisk people through, like on those conveyor belts at the airport. They're not on these moving conveyor belts. They're like running down the conveyor belts. Some of us have to like put our foot on and then start walking. But the key is to reach and connect with people. You need to, in some cases, baby step them along. It does need to feel collaborative, like you're working with them. And then again, for people with a lot of armor, it might be a slower process because they're armored up, man, to help melt and dissolve. Okay. So, as much as we may know with all our trainings, our product knowledge, our Super Saturdays, our drops talks, okay, we don't want to vomit over them. I struggle with that depending upon my audience. Okay. No matter how enthusiastic or passionate we are, we really need to meet them where they are and then temper our pace with them and help them work through some of their beliefs or fears because they're giving clues along the way. I love this guy. I love this story. Probably, I don't know, I was 19 or 20, LSU, and I heard about Plato's story, the allegory of the cave. And to me, this embodies everything we're doing here at partner.co. It's basically a story about people who have lived their entire lives and they're chained in this dark cave. They're facing a wall. All they can see are these shadows projected onto the wall by the objects passing in front of a fire. So they did have fire, but they're just looking at the shadows, right? Okay. That's all they've ever seen. And to them, this is their reality. One day, some lucky individual actually gets out, and then they turn around and they can see the fire and the objects, and they're like, wait, what is this? Their eyes hurt though, because they're actually seeing the sun. They're outside of the cave and they're perceiving reality from a different perspective. Okay. It takes a while for them to acclimate, but they see that the world outside the cave is far richer and more varied and very different from living inside of that cave. Okay. So they start to understand differently. The brain starts to rewire. Then the person tries to go back into the cave to tell the other people what they've learned, but he's struggling, readapting. I say he because I think it's a he in the story, but let's say it's a woman. She's struggling, she's readapting, she's looking for the vocabulary to explain. And some people even become hostile and they want to be defiant. They do not want to interact. They're armored up and it just really sounds crazy. So here's the metaphor that for me makes sense with partner.co. Okay. People don't know what they don't know. They haven't had the experience of, oh my gosh, this methylated B12 in the second bottle is life altering for me. All I know is my brain fog's gone, my mood is more stable, I'm sleeping better. Oh, so they're having the experience. They've been outside the cave. So basically, we're all running in trying to help people understand about partner.co who are still in the cave. So it takes some time. We have to meet them where they are. We overcome their objections. We want to collaborate with them. But man, this story really resonated with me. So I wanted to share it for anybody who wants to actually reread it. I reread it. It's long, but it is well worth it because it can trigger some stuff in you and help you understand with your enthusiasm and passion, oh, how it is to reach people. Because sometimes I do feel like we are prophets in the desert, trying to bring people water and share. Okay, so what we'll do now is Susan and Susan, I would like you ladies to role play. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Well, I'm gonna stop sharing the screen right now. And if you ladies could go ahead and I'll just feed the actual content to you because you ladies, bar none, have done the most presentations, third party, signed up the most people, have such amazing, consistent success in reaching them. Again, with your personality, with your vocabulary, and with your belief systems, because that is all key. Okay. So, ladies, are you mic'd up? Do you have your microphones turned off of mute?
Hello, we do.
Okay, so
I
the
do.
first thing The first thing is going to be, and one of y'all will be the person receiving the presentation, the other person's going to do the objection, is it's too expensive, okay? So this product's too expensive. Susan, where are you, my darling?
This Susan's here, but the other
Okay.
Susan rocks this question.
Okay,
I'm
so
like, look,
okay.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
But I want y'all to kind of go back and forth because some of us need to see a few more ways of phrasing it, not just your brilliant first answer. Okay. So Susan, Frank, you're going to ask Susan, you're going to say that's too expensive.
Too expensive.
Oh, well, girl, how much money are you spending every month on coffee? I see you that you're always having your pictures of that Starbucks cup, and I bet that at a minimum that's $4 a day. So 4 times 3, that right there, you're spending $120 a month. How about if we could give you natural occurring energy? Would that appeal to you?
That, yeah. And yeah, you're right. I do like my coffee. In reality, I really don't drink Starbucks, but I drink my black coffee, so y'all don't go to Starbucks.
So
Side note.
yeah, like I just kind of pick out what they're really spending money on already. Also, it would be I would say, okay, well, how much money are you spending on supplements each month? Let me know a little bit about the supplements that you're taking. Because a lot of times then you guys, I'm seeing that they're doing B12s, they're doing ashwagandha, that you know what I mean? And so I just start picking it apart, what they currently spend, or what I would say, well, if it's too expensive, like you're on Facebook, right? Is that how you found me, Susan Frank, on Facebook?
How I found you.
Perfect. Well, I can show you how to do a campaign where you can post about these drops and get them for free for yourself. Is that something you'd want to take a look at?
I love some free.
Perfect. All right. Give me 7 minutes here. I'm going to screen share and show this to you real quick.
Excellent. And what Susan also did, which I think is really smart, if you can go to the person's Facebook page that you're presenting to and start to see what their vibe is, what matters to them, what their values are, because it's all listed in pictorials on their page. And so Susan had already wrapped that. And you could ask them that question anyway, but obviously make sure if you say, I see you're spending money on Starbucks, that you've already seen that on their page. But that has universal applicability. Okay, then is the fear. The next fear is, I don't know if this is going to work for me. How can I be guaranteed?
Because you're partnering with us. Like you're coming in, we're going to work together, and it's all about team. So it's not you go get it and you get started. It's you get started, we'll lock arms and help you get to where you want to go. We have a successful system, we'll train you on it, and it works 100% of the time when it's followed.
But what if it doesn't work for me, Susan Frank? What if my friends, they don't really want this?
Everybody wants what we have, and it works as long as you follow it, girl. We're with you. We're with you.
But I've tried the green juice or the pink drink with other companies, and it might work in the beginning, but then it just seems to fall off, and I'm back to where I started.
Go ahead, Susan Cameron.
Oh, so well, that's the importance of you being locked into a community and helping other people. So, for example, when I'm doing something just for myself, I do fall off very easily. But when I have a bigger purpose and a bigger energy behind it, if I'm truly helping others, which is what we're all doing here, and showing up for them, that propels me to share more, to stick with it, to be part of. And I really think that's what you're missing. Like you're living in isolation. And when we live in isolation, it's really easy to go behind the closed doors where nobody sees what we're doing, right? We all know that, any of us that struggle with binge eating or addictive type tendency. So that's the whole reason you need to partner with us and come in and do this with us.
Well, I think you're amazing. Are you telling me that I can just text you or call you and you're going to help me if I like hit a wall?
Absolutely. I'm going to reach out to you weekly, and anytime during in between that, just reach out to me. You have my number. I'm here for you. Link into the Healthy You Healthy Food group, because that's a whole beautiful support community that you can link into that will help you tremendously. So we're all doing this together. We all struggle, but now you found the right place.
Well, I already take all these supplements though. I've invested so much money. My husband's going to kill me. How can I explain this to him?
No, Susan Frank.
I'm already taking all these supplements. I've
I mean,
invested
that
so
was my
much money.
story. Yeah,
That
what did she say to me? Because that was my story, you guys. I had $5,000 worth of supplements, and yet I
that
still bought more.
I just say, well, hey, what's your health goals? Like, what do you want out of life? Where do you want your health that it's not right now? And if you're already taking something, like the way I looked at it when I got started, was it really working for me? Because I was still on search. I was still looking. Or it seems like you're just like me. You're still looking. And I finally found something that really works. Don't you want something that works that's going to help get you? And if they told me like more energy, weight loss, my hormone balance, I'll refeed that back into them. Like, don't you want the energy? I know you said you want to sleep better, you want to lose weight. Like, you can do that here. And I mean, we're here to help you. And your husband, like, can you put him on the phone right now? Because we can show him what we have to offer. And hey, have you ever got paid for taking your supplements? Like, you can actually earn money here where you can help other people and help yourself, and you get it at wholesale. You can get a deal like, hey, are you interested in that? We can show you how to make some money and get a better life. Do you have goals that your income right now aren't meeting? What are they? And whatever they are, just, hey, let's make that happen.
I do. I have everything you said, but I'm scared. I mean, I'm just scared of failing again. And I'm concerned about what people are going to think about me. I'm in a really hard season of my life right now.
What I've learned is fear is nothing more than false evidence appearing real. And I was scared too. Most people are scared to do something different, but my dad told me growing up, if I didn't do something different, I couldn't get anywhere different. And what people think of me, like, people's thoughts are not going to pay my bills. They're not. They're not going to pay your bills. Like, I don't worry about what people think, because the reality is my heart wants to help other people. And before, if people had issues in their health, I couldn't help them. But wouldn't you love to help somebody else? Like, this gave me my life back. Wouldn't you love that? This could give you your life back, and you're able to pay it forward and give it back to other people. Are going to appreciate you, and you're going to have a bigger friend group than you ever have in your entire life. Because before I started this business, all I did was work. I didn't do anything side with friends. Now I have friends, I get to travel, and you can have that too.
That sounds exactly what I need. It kind of sounds like therapy, and it's definitely something I've been looking for. I've been praying for this. God has been knocking on my heart. So, what's the best way then for me to get started? And how can I explain this to my husband? Because he can't come to the phone right now.
Go ahead, Cameron. I'm sorry I didn't mean to talk so long. Like,
No, I'm good. I'm good.
you get into my heart.
You do better with the husband thing, because I wanted a few guys to make me videos for the husbands.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Don't we need some videos for the
That's
husbands?
a great idea.
Like,
And
here's a 2-minute clip from this guy. I've got a couple
yes,
guys I've reached out to.
Pete will do that. We definitely need that. We need some of the men who are on the drops, whose wives are succeeding and were skeptical in the beginning.
Oh,
That's a great
great.
idea.
Shannon said Bill will.
Okay, awesome. Pete will, Bill will. Okay. And anybody else who's here whose husband would have a good
Randy.
testimonial?
Well,
Randy.
yeah, and I think too, when husbands, like, the only goal that husbands have for us, I think, no, it's for us to be happy and not to be nagging and complaining and sad and stressed out. So if we can convey to them how much this is going to up level you and give you a sense of community and purpose and energy and happiness and libido, what husband doesn't want that? Happy wife, happy life. Kim's like, right, Kim? Kim E.
Okay, I've got a couple more objections.
And Barb's on here too. Barb's great with the objections, Barb, if you want to unmute. She's been like knocking it down
And,
lately with objections.
and Barb, I want you to show your calendar that you sent me this week, because people need to realize like what goes on.
What she's doing
What?
behind the scenes,
Yeah.
like
So
what.
once Steph gets done, like, I want you to show that,
Okay.
Barb.
Okay, just a couple more. So one of them
Oh,
is,
Steph, I'm not rushing you, girl. I just had to put that out
okay.
there. So you're rocking. You're doing amazing. Thank you for taking your time and your research. We appreciate you sharing, and you look fabulous. Like,
Oh, why, thank you. This is fun. I love this. Okay,
I
so,
think did you change your shirt or it just looked different in a different angle?
no, I haven't done a costume change on this
Done a
video.
wardrobe swap right now. She could though.
You
Don't
never
put it
know.
past her.
You
She
never know.
has.
You never
She's
know, lady.
amazing like that.
She is.
Okay, so this is a big one.
Come on.
I really need to ask my doctor. I've got an appointment next week. I need my doctor to weigh in.
The great thing is these are created by doctors and backed by scientists. We even have scientists that have graduated from Harvard. And what I thought is, what's my doctor done for me? I'm overweight. I feel terrible. I'm not sleeping. I have no energy. Like, hello. And it's all natural. Like, nothing in this is going to hurt you. And sadly, doctors a lot of times aren't educated in homeopathy. Like, this has changed my life. What do you want for your health? You were telling me that you want more energy, you want better sleep, like, you want to lose weight. Like,
Well, let me be totally honest with you. I am on the shot. I am on Wegovy. So how does that work?
we have weight loss clinics right now that offer the shot that are also offering the drop. So there's people taking it together and there's people that are weaning off of the shot because they want on the drops because they want something natural. They want something that doesn't have side effects and they're not happy with the way that the side effects are affecting them or the side effects that they've heard of. Like, what, how do you feel about the shot?
I'm nauseous. I'm throwing up. I'm really just getting ready to chuck it. It's not, I haven't really even lost any weight. It's horrible, but I'm just so desperate.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I understand that desperation. Like, I've sat there and I'm so glad that we can work together and help you get to where you want to be, feel good, and feed your body nutrients.
So then does this apply to bioidentical hormones? I'm on those too. I've been on them for about 6 months.
Go ahead, Susan.
And
So
then
the
I'm on
great thing
Synthroid too.
So the amazing thing about all of this is that you can get off all of those medications. Now, of course, we can't just make those medical claims, but I will tell you, I have come off of all of my bioidentical hormones. I've come
Ooh.
off all of my thyroid medications, and your doctor will just test every 90, 120 days. You can just go back in and request. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, so you don't have to worry about it being this influx, so you just take it one step at a time. But this is a way to completely balance your hormones. And there's not other solutions out here, Steph, as you're well aware. You're still feeling terrible. You still have this whole list of symptoms you're giving me. I too was working with one of the top homeopathic doctors in the world when Susan Frank found me. And I felt skeptical just like you did. So we know that we've got tens of thousands of testimonies that this works for. And you found your answer. So this is a divine plan that you're here talking to me right now.
Well, I'm definitely going to text you. I guess what time zone are you on? Because I'm hooking on to you, girl.
Good girl. Lock up. I'm East Coast. And if I'm sleeping, I'll answer it right when I wake up.
Okay, my last area of concern is, look, I've been around the block a couple times with MLMs, partnership, network partnership, whatever we're calling it nowadays. And I- I'm nervous because I really didn't succeed in these past companies, but I do have some friends, so I'm feeling like a little disloyal. Or how can you help me just kind of understand that this is different, that partner.co is different?
So it's absolutely different, Steph. When I tried to do MLM before, I tried to do shampoo and I signed up like two people. And then I tried to do frequency device and you were one of my people. Like it didn't happen. So this is totally different. The fact that we have a marketing campaign that's going to create attraction marketing. Like you don't want to have to go look for everybody. Just like you've come to me based on what you're seeing, your friends are going to come to you. So you just need to drop all that doubt, drop all that fear, say affirmations to yourself, move from a place of confidence and a
Mhm.
surety. And the great thing is now you've got hormone balance and weight loss to help your friends. How many of your friends, if you look around at that group of people, need this too? They're all going to need it. They're going to hug your neck and love you for what you're about to offer. So we're excited, girl. Let's do this.
I'm excited too. Thank you, thank you,
Yay!
thank you.
So that's literally how we do it. That's like,
Yeah.
that's as
This
real
is
as it
how we
gets.
do it.
Na, na,
Is
na, na, na,
Look, before we
na.
move on to Barb's calendar, are there any other objections? Put it in the chat because in real time right now, we'll just embed this in the recording, you know.
Okay. And I love that. And Steph, we'll do Barb's calendar. And then yesterday I talked to Barb about this conversation that she had with somebody about getting them on the drops and the way that she was already kind of cultivating the vision for the business. Look at Barb. Around this, I was like, oh, I want you to share that on our call, Barb, because this is incredible coaching for all of our people. You're amazing, Steph. Thanks, sweet girl.
We have one
Okay.
question. Thank you. Shannon, you want to ask your question? Because this wording does come up.
Yes. So last objective for me is what if people say, is this a pyramid scheme?
I actually did put that into Chat GPT, and what they did was they referenced and they went back to Amway and they talked about how this is not a front loading of the inventory, first and foremost, where you have to have oodles and oodles of all these different products. And then it's interesting because you have to have some finesse, but Tim Sales does talk about, hey, people in corporate America, their whole design is a pyramid. There's a CEO, there's the C level of suites, there's the this level. And that's how corporate America, again, you'd have to have the finesse to pull that off with your audience. But they also talk about that, no, partnership pays in a variety of ways. And this is how we support. So there, ladies, if y'all want to add in some of the other perks of partner.co, which Amway did not have, or some other MLMs do not have. Susan, can you think of anything else?
Yeah, I just go back to if somebody asks me that, I'm like, hey, I totally understand. That's what I love about this company is so many people are buying online now, and we're able to get in the middle of that revenue. Like Walmart is in the middle of the revenue, and Amazon's in the middle of the revenue. And when I was a nurse, exactly what you said, Steph, like uh there was the janitor to the nurse assistant to the nurse, to the secretary, to the and on up to the vice president, to the CEO. There was only one nurse manager. So a lot of people really stepped on people's toes and said untrue things to get in that one position just because they wanted a pay raise. They made themselves look great and other people look bad. What I love about this company is people are trying to pull you up and trying to help you. Like the people that are working, they're trying to help you step up because there's no limit to the level. Like people really want you to succeed here and they're incentivized to help you succeed. So it's a really win-win. And what makes this legal is products exchanging hands. Like we have a real product that is exchanging hands out here in the marketplace. We just get to sit in the middle of the revenue, and we've never had the I've never had the opportunity to sit in the middle. And most companies to sit in the middle have to spend a ton of money. Like it's such a blessing that what we have our hands on here. And I,
Absolutely. And so you guys, the 4-pack versus the 30-pack, Karen put, well, do you think I'll really be able to sell a 30-pack? So we do always go and offer the PayPal Afterpay, right? So that they're not putting themselves in a bind. They've got 6 months to sell it. But with the marketing campaign, they'll be able to move it if they just keep it up. And then for a 4-pack versus, oh, I want to start small. I'm like, oh, you say you want to, like, you want different. You want to build a business. So do you want the janitor's pack or do you want the CEO's pack? You want to be CEO or you want to be the janitor? And they're like, oh, so use that one. That one actually works lately.
That's a great way to frame it. And then did you see
Barb, Barb's like, what?
Did you
You know,
see, right, and you're gonna have to read the room and read your audience, but Norma's question is, I have anxiety and I'm afraid to start using the drops.
well, that's why you need the drops even more. You have anxiety so much that you can't move forward with putting a drop in your mouth, girl. Let's get that
And
anxiety under control.
yeah,
Dr.
there's
Luce is
ingredients.
like, yeah, these crazy women.
There's the ingredients in the drops that help anxiety. So these are even more perfect for you. You're
Yeah.
definitely connected to the right product.
Yeah, and everybody is aware, if you're new to the call and you're not, within boards is a piece of information which lists all the ingredients, but then the intention behind the ingredients,
Yep.
which is beautiful. Yeah, yeah. Okay, and then when do you do after the afterpay option? Do you get your PV credit right away, is the
Yep.
question?
You sure
Okay.
do. It just kind of like if you were using a credit card or something, you get the PV right then. And depending on your credit, sometimes they'll do it in 4 payments, or sometimes they'll want you just to jump over and do like monthly, but it'll guide you. So whenever you guys go to check out, where it has the option to pay, you just click PayPal credit and then put in the person's last four of their social, their phone number, their date of birth, and then click go, and it'll run it and tell you what they're eligible for. And it does it's a soft hit. It's like it doesn't even show up as a credit hit. They'll ask you that too.
Okay, so I think to wrap this up, but I didn't say this before, but in the beginning, and the beginning could be 6 months, use your upline as the third party presenter and closer on these calls. Don't try to take all this information and go out there and do it yourself. That's the value of having us or having someone across the team, somebody that you know that can do a great presentation. And then close though, because Susan Cameron has helped enlighten me. We close them on the call, we share the screen, we get them in, we start signing them up in real time so that we enroll with their enthusiasm and don't give them time for their fears to kick in afterwards. So that's key, and reach out to your people.
And Sherry up there at the top, hey, sweet girl with the blue shirt, tell them how you did that this week, because we witnessed that with Debbie Hawcom. Steph helped, and then they were all in the bedroom, and they were having trouble, but they kept them captive because they knew that they had something amazing for them. So tell us what you did, Sherry, because you did a great job this week.
Thank you. Yes, I invited a couple of gals who had reached out, and I invited them over for lunch so they could see that they could eat healthy and still be full and satisfied. And then we all went into my office, and Stephanie helped us with the presentation and bringing it home, and everybody was excited. And I got 2 brand partners my first week of being a brand partner.
Good job, girl. Good job. And they all stood
Amazing.
there and they talked to him about other products, and they were already getting their products plus
Yeah.
more products. So that is always key, to just kind of get them on multiple products. Because once we get on these products, you guys, we never want to get off.
And hands to Deb. Deb has been there for me like almost every day this week.
Great. We love it.
Yeah. Okay, are we on to Barb's calendar now? Thank you very much. You
Hold
guys
on.
are interacting.
I got something too. Like if somebody says, "Oh, I can't afford it," and I'm like, "Hey, I totally get it." When I found this type of business, like I couldn't either. I was paycheck to paycheck, and I was sick of living like that. Like I had a college degree, and we were still in struggle. Like, how long have you been living that way? Because I have been living that way too long. And I get them talking, and don't you want to turn that around? Like with what you're currently doing, can you change your financial situation? Because I couldn't. And this is a way that you can add extra income into your household. And yeah, you put time into it, but I put time into a lot of things like TV shows, reality TV, and it didn't make me anything. Like I cheered on other people to win in life instead of helping my own family and other people to win. Like we can help people win. We'd be like, "Oh yeah, on The Bachelor, like that wasn't helping anybody. Are you kidding me?" So I took my TV time and started spending it on improving lives. And it's way more fun that way. And I made my husband cut off the news because I was like, that is so negative. Like, I just can't. So I truly changed everything around me to be in a positive light. And not that you have to make your husband stop watching the news, but it's amazing how that negativity sinks in and is like, woe is me. And I didn't want to live that way anymore. Do you?
And to Susan's point, we do not gaslight here. We do not invalidate someone and act like they haven't said anything. I love what Susan said. So she identifies with them and addresses, but then reframes that emotion or that concern, because many of us have been gaslit along life, either by our husbands, male bosses, the pharmaceutical industry. Okay, we want to acknowledge where someone is, then help them reframe it to get to where they say they want to go and where we already are. Thanks, Susan. That was key example. Okay. Barb, is your calendar ready? What do you want to share?
Well, we put the
have-
calendar picture in the chat, in the, chat
Okay.
message. But I took a picture because I was talking to Susan the other day or texting, and I said, girl, how you doing? We're busy. Yeah, let me screenshot my calendar. That's how busy, because, we're moving. So we've got a lot of things in irons in the fire. But Susan Cameron wanted to have me speak into something. Hang on, I got to park or pull over or something. I'm driving. Come
Yeah,
on,
Barb,
move
we
on.
need you in one piece,
We gotta get
baby.
you channeling, girl. We gotta get you channeling.
I know. I gotta park so I can let it go through. So here's what just happened, and I'll actually start at the end and then work myself backwards, because energetically, I went to my post where my before and after picture this week I posted, right? It was like, whoa, right? And since I've been sharing that, so many people have been seeing it because they really like the shock. I don't know what it is about people, they like shock. So then somebody came on, liked it. I didn't see her comment, but she liked it. So I went and did one of the IPA thing, tools by going in and taking someone, her name was Caprice, and to Messenger and say, hey, thank you for the love and support on my page. I really appreciate it. Were you interested in learning more about these amazing life-changing products called the hormone balancing drops, or were you just loving on my page? She goes, no, actually, I really would like to learn more. Well, come to find out, my energy picked up her energy of wanting it without me even seeing that she had actually asked for the information right there on my post. So I took it to Messenger. We set up a potential appointment for the next day because I had a booked out calendar. So the next day I get on the call, and I don't normally do this. I normally energetically just go ahead and follow the systems of growth, or not energetically, but follow the systems of growth. Hey, this is what it is. This is how they work, the scripts and everything, because she was going to be a new customer. No, God had other plans for me. And the reason why I am at this season of my life right now is because of meeting people like the two Susans, Stephanie, Kimberly, and everybody, Karen McNutt, on this page. I am now in the energy of community, of belief. I embody the sisterhood of what's going on in Partner Co. I did not grow up having a sisterhood with anybody. Okay, just to let you know that. So this whole year has been a new season of that sisterhood and brotherhood in my season of growth and in my health. So having said that, I spoke with such authority with Caprice. We had the appointment and I listened. I asked questions just like Stephanie did today, and then listened. And then I mirrored her in what she needed, mirrored her objections, exactly what you guys role played today. But it took me a long time to feel that confident. But it's because I worked with all of you. I've gone and gotten plugged into PXP, to IPAs, to the Connects, and just allowed you to lift me up. Now I have embodied with full authority of who I am and speak life into somebody. Okay. So any objection she might have had, I spoke life into it. I channeled the life force through me into her. And then what happened is she's mutual friend of another friend that actually came on and saw my post. And again, I took it to Instagram Messenger and said, "Are you just loving on my post or would you like to learn more?" She's an RN. She was with me in another company 3 or 4 years ago. So then she just hearted it. She didn't say anything. And I let it be because I'm not a pushy person, right? Energetically, I knew that this was a season she's following now, right? Whether it takes another 6 months, it doesn't matter. It's all about her timing and God's timing, right? So then I get back to the story on Charisse. Excuse me, I think I just said her name wrong. And then I said, listen, you guys, I found out that Leanna and her are friends. They work together, they go to the same church together. And I said, and then she said, Barbara, if these drops work for me, because she's going to start with one bottle. I did the presentation right there, which is not what I normally do. I don't normally do that, but God just said, Barbara, I said, do you have 7 minutes that I can just show you what we do? Because she asked about the income because she was desperately seeking for income. So I said, well, let me just show you what we do, blah, 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 blah. She goes, I love it, but I'm a little nervous because I've done 2 other platforms and I didn't make money. And so I said, okay, that's fine. She says, but I want the drops. And if this works for me, my son's going to get on them. He's 200 pounds overweight. I said, okay, great. That's awesome. And she goes, Barbara, and then I'll share like no tomorrow. I said, then I want to breathe the breath of life into you. Do everything like I did. I was desperately seeking something that shifted my health because 30 years of ill health was too much suffering. And I was desperately seeking something. And so I did adhere to the foods list. It's low glycemic anti-inflammatory. I did take my drops 3 times a day religiously. I did drink my water. I omitted everything, sugars, creamers, everything. And I said, I had a great experience. And if you really want to embody the belief of it, you have to throw away everything that you used to put into your mouth and start embodying this new journey. I want you to take pictures. I want you to document everything because God's going to use you as his vessel to help another and bless another person. And then I'm going to speak something. How do you know Leanna? I know you guys were together in the other platform. Oh my gosh, we go to church together. We work together. We're dear friends together. I said, and that's why she didn't get on the drops with me because she's going to be your first brand partner when you say yes. And she goes, Barb, right before that, she says, Barb, if these drops really work right away, like it did for you, because I've got her energy up of belief, right? Because I shared my story with full authority. And she says, can you show me what's the next step? Can you show me how to come in and make money like you did? I said, of course. But I built that relationship. I listened. I loved. I breathed the breath of life into her. And so all of her doubts, all of her fears, all she has to do now is get the drops into her body. Amen. So that's what just happened.
Barb, I would like you to share though, what's something that's not always talked about is how we start our day and how we set up our day with intentionality, connection, some of the terms that Barb used, you may or may not be familiar with, but could you just explain how you start your day to get out into the world and be this version of Barb?
The minute, of course, Satan's going to say, oh, heck, she's, got her feet on the ground, right? So the minute I wake up, I just am in such gratitude. Thank you for that wonderful sleep. Okay. So I set the intentions and softly, sweetly, we just wake up with coffee and we have our conversations with God. We feel the downloads because you're new, you're just waking up. You can hear the Holy Spirit work and in you, stir something inside of you. Listen and spend that time with your significant other, spend that time being present. And then I do, if there's some questions that I might have to answer, I do, but that's usually now after 9 o'clock. When I wake up at 6 o'clock, that's intentional time for Randy and I just to connect with God, hear his word, because I, you know, I'm going to share a little bit. I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable. Please do not judge me. I hear God. He is my word. I hear him. And I asked ChatGPT, what's the difference between reading the Word of God and hearing the Word of God? And they said, you're living the Word of God right now, Barbara, as Jesus. Jesus didn't have a Bible that he was reading through and, for the disciples, right? So you have developed a relationship with Source. So you come from that center of love and kindness. And what I realized in Columbus, Ohio, is that we're all connecting and walking each other home to center where love is, walking each other home. And this has been so poignantly filled with flavor today. Thank you, Stephanie, Susan, and all of you for sharing, because my spidey senses connected to Source this is what God wants. This is exactly what all of us need. And let's just lovingly embrace everybody like we all do. Susan does very nicely. You do that, Stephanie, and all of us. Back to center, back to home where love is.
So if your life or your business or your relationships are not where you want them to be, try what Barb is suggesting. That's like her formula. Try it. I mean, we all have our own versions. Some people call it the miracle morning, the 5 things to do, but set your day off new with intentionality, inviting God in, inviting Jesus in, Buddha, Gandhi, whoever it is for you that elevates your consciousness, and kick the day off fresh. And don't poo-poo this if you're not doing it. I know we like to poo-poo it. That's just some really silly self-sabotage. So we offer a variety of things here for everybody. Anybody else want to share anything?
I want to, anybody that's promoted this week, if you'll put your promotion in the chat. And I know we have Dr. Laura Fortner on here who just hit a great big promotion. Laura, do you mind speaking up? I want to congratulate you on what you're doing and the lives that you're improving here.
I'd like to actually
Yeah.
acknowledge Val Robinson. She may not be on today, but she went from director to senior vice president. She's just shy of
Wow.
officer, just
Wow.
shy. So I'm going to be working with her this weekend to get her to officer.
And Stacy Woodford isn't on here. She made CEO and she was traveling to Canada to see her family. So yeah,
Way
she
to
made
go, girl.
CEO
That's
yesterday.
incredible. Go. That gives me chills from head to toe. Yay. Go, guys. Go, guys.
And Cynthia had put in the chat too that she is off of her medication. So congratulations, Cynthia. I'll have to scroll back quite a bit. Do you want to speak up, girl? That's amazing. So if anybody I called out, I shouldn't have put Dr. Laura on the spot. She might get me. So we'd love to hear from you if you want.
Yeah, I'm actually here. I'm a mess. I'm working, delivering babies, but I'm so excited about the company, what it does. I mean, the product and how many women, especially, I mean, I'm a women's health person, right? But I do love that it helps men too. It's just, I can't speak enough about what it's done for the people that I've helped in terms of their bodies, as well as just people joining the business, and the income side of it is so powerful, you guys. I mean, I've been in this industry for 20 years. I was with another company and super nervous about jumping back in, to be honest. Never ever in a million years thought I'd do it again. And this just, I cannot say enough about the comp plan, about the people here. This truly is a place where ordinary people can do extraordinary things. And I think that that's not always the case in other places. And I'm so excited because my team and the people that have come on board, and even you guys, even when I talk to you, the hope, there's so much hope for people. There's so much that we get to bring to the table to help people in so many ways. And I love this vehicle. It hands down is nothing like it. I had to go back to work in many ways. I was in this industry, was able to get that time leverage, and now I'm back to work, and I can see that this is just, I want that time leverage again, and everyone deserves that. Everyone can have it. I'm not unique, you guys. I know I'm a physician, but honestly, that does me a detriment in many ways because people think I'm the end all be all. I did the exact same system you all are doing. It works. Everyone's jumping in, doing the same thing. I'm duplicating. And that is what's most important. That's how this business works. So I can't say enough. I'm just so excited. I don't know. I know I'm rambling. You caught me off guard, but yeah.
Oh, girl, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. And she is an OBGYN. So we're just so blessed to have you as part of our team and all what you're doing. Is it senior officer you just hit?
Yes. Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. So excited about that. But honestly, I know it's not really about the title more than just, having that vision of freedom. And I think, and helping other people in so many different ways. So I don't know. I just feel like God had to shut one door to open up another. I wasn't listening very well. And yeah, so here I am. I'm so excited to be here.
We're so blessed to have you as part of our team and part of our family. So we're proud of the lives you're improving, girl. And we're here for whatever that you need.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I know that we have Steph changing lives. We have a couple other, we have Ken Cups advanced to manager, who is, if you get manager and above, then you walk the stage at PXP. So that's a big deal. Look at those manager. If you don't know how to get there, like, or what you need in each line, we can help you. Terry ranked up to senior manager, Terry Richardson. Let's see here. Who else? Did I miss anybody? Jim ranked to supervisor. Jen Redding. Barb put her calendar in the chat, so y'all need to go look at that. It's incredible.
And you guys, I bought 20 more tickets for PXP because I don't believe in just coming by yourself. I believe bring a couple of people. So I did get some of those tickets on sale where it was buy two for $197 or something. So if you haven't got your ticket, then you're all fired up this morning. I have some tickets that you can buy from me and bring, and our goal should be to get you a few people there by the time PXP gets there. Susan, you want to talk a little bit about the importance just for a minute of getting to these events and what you see in people when they come and what it does for their vision and their morale and all the things?
Absolutely. I look at this as when I started this type of business, I had no education on it. I went to school 4 years to be a nurse. So I took it as my college for this business. So I invested a lot of money for my degree that left me living paycheck to paycheck. So, and no time freedom. That's a huge deal. So I went to PXP. I learned, I saw average people making extraordinary money, and my income went 5 times what it was before I went to an event like that. So it definitely gave me a huge pay raise that allowed me education to help people's paycheck. And it's not like somebody else can take notes for you, because you would pull out of it what's important to you, and everybody's different. So that's what's great. You get to hear from different people. You get to hear what they're doing. I try not to miss a second. If I invest in a ticket, you will not see me at the pool. You will not see me just hanging out. I'm there to learn. That is my schooling, and it totally changed my business and my life. So it's a big deal to plug in. And even these trainings, yeah, I'm sure you took something away today. Stephanie was amazing. Go reach out to people on your team, which is anybody that's underneath you in this business, and say, hey, you should have been here. I missed you. Look at the participants and reach out and let people know that they were missed and how you were helped. So that's a big deal, is reaching back out to people.